the transition on Atlantic Television Network. Chairman of the Odiama Council of Chiefs, Chief Marlin Omiemunafwa, has raised the alarm over persistent threats of the community by an ocean surge that has already wiped off about 250 homes. Odiama, a community in the Braz local government area of Bayelsa State, where Chief Timothy Silva comes from, now sits on the shores of the Atlantic Ocean, and already the ocean surge is said to have encroached into the community, eating up about 200 meters of the community's land so far. Eyewitness said hundreds of community dwellers have already been displaced as their homes have been washed away by the frightening ocean surge. Bayelsa State Governor Senator Doye Diri, who visited the community to assess the extent of the havoc, said the people were facing an existential threat and promised the government will intervene urgently. Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly is demanding for the creation of additional constituencies to aid the effective representation of the people at the legislative level in the state. In a statement by the press unit of the Speaker, Udeme Otong, on the motion sponsored by the member representing Ikono State Constituency, Asukwo Nanaudo, during plenary on Order 3, Rule 1 of the Standing Order of the Assembly. According to the Ikono lawmaker, the motion entitled "The Need to Create Additional State Constituencies in Akwa Ibom State" is long overdue to ensure the political advancement of the state since its creation more than 30 years ago. The motion further stated the creation of 39 new political wards across the 3 senatorial districts of the state by Akwa Ibom State Independent Electoral Commission has not only delimited our political wards, but has also prepared us for national political expansion. Udo added that in view of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Section 91, the state assemblies shall consist of 3 or 4 times the number of seats which that state has in the House of Representatives, divided in the way to reflect as far as possible nearly equal population, provided that the House of Assembly of the state shall consist of not less than 24 and not more than 40 members. The Speaker, Udeme Otong, ordered the clerk, Mrs. Nsikakabasi Orok, to communicate the House resolution to Independent Electoral Commission and other relevant government agencies. Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has tasked the Nigerian Army on the sustainability of safeguarding the nation's democracy. Makinde disclosed this during his meeting with Major General Valentine Okoro, the newly appointed General Officer commanding of the 2 Division of the Nigerian Army, urged Nigerian soldiers to unwaveringly fulfill their duty by upholding professionalism and fortifying the nation's territorial integrity. He also said his administration has effectively tackled various security challenges, including abductions, banditry, and other criminal activities, while attributing the success to the concerted efforts of all security agencies, as well as the cooperation extended by the personnel of the 2 divisions. Furthermore, Makinde assured the newly appointed GOC of his administration's commitment to sustaining a harmonious relationship with the Nigerian Army, recognizing the integral role they play in maintaining peace and stability. He vowed that the Army remains steadfast in its fundamental duty and determination to enhance the security landscape within the state, which entails a resolute approach to quelling violence and criminal activities. Commander of the Ondo State Security Network Agency, also known as Amatekun Corps, Adetunji Adeleye, says the Corps has zero tolerance for indiscipline among its officers and men. He also said the Corps has dismissed 4 of its officers who violated its rules and regulations in Akure, the state capital. Adeleye said the Corps arrested about 7,000 criminals in over 2 years of its existence, while 1,500 of the arrested criminals had been charged to court. He noted that incidents and crises between farmers and herdsmen in the state have reduced by over 95% in the last 2 years. Chief Magistrate's Court sitting in Abeokuta, Ogun State, has convicted 2 siblings, Benga Elegbede and Fumilayo Elegbede, to 18 months of combined imprisonment for stealing toothpaste and other items from 2 persons, Adeleke Omolayo and Alhaji Wahab. Delivering judgment, the magistrate E.O. Idowu sentenced Benga to 1 year of imprisonment with hard labor, while Fumilayo was sentenced to 6 months with hard labor. The verdict comes after both siblings pleaded guilty to 8 counts of conspiracy, stealing, breaking and entering, and aiding and abetting. The prosecutor, Laide Rawlings, told the court that the siblings burgled the shop of Omolayo Adeleke and carted away items worth 291,150,000 naira, among others. On the judgment, the defense counsel barrister Nafisat Musaud describes the judgment as fair, stressing that justice is not only for the defendants. Ogun State's Governorship Election Petition Tribunal has fixed September 4th for parties to adopt their final addresses. This followed the closure of cases by all parties involved in the petition filed by the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Lade Adebutu. This is coming after Adebutu has dragged Governor Dapo Abiodun before the three-man tribunal, alleging that the governor did not win the majority of votes cast during the March 18th governorship election. Adebutu, in his petition, said the Independent National Electoral Commission did not comply with the provisions of the Electoral Act while calling 94 witnesses and tendering thousands of documents as evidence at the tribunal. Among the witnesses who testified in support of the APC are Yemi Adelani, the APC State Coalition Agent, Ifede Ifetayo, Coalition Agent for Ikene Local Government, and Suleiman Ayobami, who was Sagamu Local Government Agent. The witnesses were led in evidence by the APC Council, Tayo Oyetibo, and cross-examined by Wole Olanipekun, representing Abiodun, Godi Uche, SAN, are standing in for the petitioners, and Olumide Ogidan, who represented INEC. As a result, the Justice Hamidu Kanaza-led panel adjourned proceedings till Monday, September 4th, 2023, for the parties to adopt their final written addresses. Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has endorsed the circular for one-for-one replacement of clinical staff and the payment of the 2023 Medical Residency Training Fund as minimum conditions to call off its indefinite strike, which commenced on July 26th. The national president of NAD, Dr. Emeka Orji, who disclosed this, said though the planned nationwide protest was suspended, the association was given the federal government 72 hours to meet some of its urgent demands to call off the proposed strike, while the association said it will decide either to continue or call off the strike by Friday, August 12th. The striking doctors had earlier planned to commence a daily peaceful protest starting from Wednesday, August 9, 2023, if the government fails to meet their demands. Orji said it should not be difficult for the government to implement the one-on-one replacement without extra expenses. You are watching the transition on Atlantic Television Network. We return after this break. Welcome back. This is Atlantic Television Network Transition. Now the rest of our stories. The House of Representatives has described the waiver by government ministries, departments, and agencies as a fraud that has continued to marginalize a large section of the Nigerian citizens. Chairman of the ad hoc committee investigating job racketeering in MDAs and institutions of government made this observation when the Director General of the Energy Commission of Nigeria appeared before it. The Acting Director General of the Energy Commission, Joseph Sunday, while making his presentation before the committee, noted that the waiver he obtained permitted his agency to make employment non-competitive.
So it's the only recruitment we did between 2015 and now. For that, we recruited 214 staff, and so they were done in 2 batches. We have 180 and 34, and we have them a certificate of compliance. So the recruitment for that year, it cut across all the departments and the centers, because there are 6 energy research centers, 1 in each geopolitical zone of the country. So since we have waiver not to advertise because of the problems that may ensue as a result of advertisement, we have a large number of applicants, and we have which will be difficult for us to manage. So we just select from the pool of applications we have.
The chairman of the ad hoc committee, Honorable Gadi, and members of the committee expressed worry over the practice, describing the waiver as an act of fraud.
Waiver is a fraud. That is it. As simple as that. Waiver is a fraud, pending our recommendation to the House of Representatives. Because agencies are hiding under waiver to recruit their family members, to recruit their friends, to recruit those that give them money, to sell slots, etc., etc. No agency have any reason not to advertise vacancies for a recruitment. But every agency doesn't want to advertise. Why? You recruit 100, 200, 300, 900, 1,000, splitting it into 3 installments without going to the public to tell Nigerians that we have a vacancies, we are inviting qualified Nigerians to apply for such things. So, take it or leave it, agencies are hiding under waiver to perpetrate employment racketeering and other employment-related fraud. That is our position. Because there is no agency that will appear here that will not give you a certificate of waiver. Most of the agency will not bring 1-page adverts in any national daily for its recruitment. So it's a fraud, sir.
So it's the only recruitment we did between 2015 and now. For that, we recruited 214 staff.
Mr. Chairman, we are all Nigerians, and we intend to promote unity by our actions. In the waivers that were received by the chairman of the commission, the Energy Commission of Nigeria, there are explicit instruction to comply with the federal character principles. When you look at the chart, you can see the distribution of the employees, and it is clear that we have so many disadvantaged states in the distribution, even before the last employment that was done. Mr. Chairman, I can use some examples, but let me start with my state, who had only 1 employee in that commission before the employment, and it's disheartening to see that not even 1 was given to the state out of the 214. So my question is, Mr. Chairman of the Commission, can you say that you have acted in line with the principles guiding the federal character?
The committee has, however, summoned the director of the IPPIS as well as the Accountant General of the Federation to appear before it in its next sitting for avoiding the ongoing investigation. More revelations have continued to emerge as the House of Representatives Ad Hoc Committee investigating job racketeering in federal ministries, departments, and agencies resumed hearing at the National Assembly. Two witnesses who appeared before the committee, namely Abdul Malik Issa Ahmed from Adamawa State and Ali Mohammed Yaru from Biu, Borno State, both revealed that they paid 1 million naira and 2 million naira respectively into the accounts of Haruna Kolos, a former staff of the Federal Character Commission and currently a staff with the Asset Management Company of Nigeria. The two witnesses, however, revealed that after recruitment of 27 of them was carried out in 2021 by the Federal Character Commission, they have been receiving salaries without being posted to any agency. They pleaded with the committee to assist them get back their appointments letters, which was no longer in their possession.
The HR confirmed to us that our appointments are genuine. They are from the chairman. You should just go, you communicate for us. So before they cleverly took our appointment letters from us, and they promised to regularize us, that we should be patient. So on those bases, we had the development of this investigation, and the chairman went on air saying she has wrote a letter to disengage us. So to me, how can I be engaged for 2 years waiting for posting? And the next thing I'll hear is a letter to disengage me. So what if I use the money for my business to get the job?
I graduated 11 years ago without a job, and I have a chance to become a Boko Haram, but I did not because I want to be a good citizen of Nigeria. My brothers Nuruddin Emiaro and Abdulrazak Emiaro paid the sum of 2 million naira to Badamasi A. Jalo's account on 2nd August 2022. Badamasi A. Jalo is working with Kolo Haruna, and the money paid into his account was for the employment with Federal Character Commission. And Kolo Haruna told me that this lot is for the chairperson. That is why I will be captured on IPPIS platform. Badamasi A. Jalo brought the appointment letter with some documents for me to fill. Then on 5th August 2022, Badamasi A. Jalo took me to Treasury House, where Kolo Haruna met us and took me inside the IPPIS office, and I was captured on IPPIS platform.
The chairman of the Ad Hoc Committee, Honorable Yusuf Gadi, in his ruling assured that the committee will clean up the system and ensure that justice will be done to Nigerians who are victims of job racketeering in the MDAs and other government institutions. He further directed the clerk of the committee to reinvite Haruna Kolo as well as Ishebu Gambo, the driver of the Taraba State Commissioner, and the secretary of the Taraba State Commissioner, Mohammed Abdurrahman, to appear before the Ad Hoc Committee in its next hearing. And now to some business report. Vice President Senator Kashim Shettima has endorsed the existing partnership between the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture of federal government's partnership towards ensuring food security in the country. Senator Shettima gave the assurance at the presidential villa, Abuja, when he received in audience the IITA delegation led by Director General and Regional Director for Africa, Simeon Ehui. He also said that the Tinubu administration will give all the necessary support and assistance to ensure food security and enhance agricultural practice that would produce enough food for the citizenry. He stated further that IITA has an iconic presence in Nigeria, in Ibadan, and West Africa, and as such reasoned that the country must maximize the benefits which the institution can bring to bear on the agriculture sector in the country. According to him, your own mantra is about the increase in agricultural yield and what tools can be used to improve such yield, ensure food, seed quality and availability, sound agricultural practices, fertilizer, and most importantly, market accessibility. These are not rocket science, they are real, and of course, if we can have very sound and environmentally friendly irrigation mechanism that will enhance our farm output, we can achieve our objectives. VP Shettima lauded the institution for its reputation and international best practices, noting that the federal government can effortlessly do business with you. So I want to give you my candid assurance that by my training, by my inclinations as an agricultural economist and as a banker by profession, we can definitely engage with you. Earlier, the Director General Simon Ehuit thanked the federal government for the support to IITA over the years, disclosing that it has expanded across many states in the country. He expressed the readiness of IITA to partner with the Tinubu administration, adding that so much needs to be done in Nigeria. Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission says Niger currently owes Nigeria 4.22 billion naira for power supply. According to the reports, Niger state power firm Nigerian Electricity Society is yet to remit $5.48 million invoice issued for power supply by the Nigerian market operator. NEC also said it has mandated the market operator to invoke the provision of the market rules to curtail the payments indiscipline being exhibited by the various market participants, while the power supply from Nigeria to the Republic of Niger was stopped on August 2nd. Nigeria also exports electricity to the Republics of Benin and Niger based on various transaction service agreements. Nigeria Employers Consultative Association says it is not happy with the alarming rate of business divestment, capital flight, and business closure in Nigeria. A statement by NECA said that in most developing economies across the globe, private businesses accounted for over 93% of employment, including formal and informal jobs, while the private sector continued to remain the catalyst for economic growth as a major contributor to national income and the efficient flow of capital, it said. The Director General NECA Adewale Smith Oyerinde stated that the recent trend of business relocation and divestment was unfortunate. The Director General noted that the consequences of the years of wrong policy choices were not far-fetched, adding that when businesses ceased operations, divest or moved to other profitable and hospitable environments, a large number of Nigerians became unemployed. He added that Nigeria loses income from taxes, social investment is hindered, and poverty holds sway, stressing that it's germane to state that government must take urgent steps to arrest the predicament, while commending the current administration's efforts to address the concerns of the private sector and specific sectors of the economy. Licensed customs agents is not particularly happy over the newly introduced platform by the Nigerian Customs Service for the clearance of vehicles with non-standard vehicles identification numbers. This is coming after the Port and Terminal Multipurpose Limited Command of the last week launched an electronic platform that would be used to clear Tokumbo vehicles which were not captured under the VIN valuation platform. The Public Relations Officer of the Command, Mohammed Yakubu, in a memo said that the electronic platform for clearing the 846 vehicles, which are the non-standard VIN, has commenced since August 7, 2023. The former Public Relations Officer of the Association of Nigerian Licensed Customs Agents, Chapter Mr. Adeola Suleiman, claimed the process has caused a minor delay in the clearing processes of imported vehicles. And that's the size of the package. Thanks for joining us. I am Anita Obari. You can follow us on our social media platforms, Twitter at Atlantic TV Net, Facebook and YouTube at Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok at Atlantic TV Network 1. Do remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress.